I was asking everybody, how long do I have to speak once I get up here? And they said, as long as it takes for us to get you up here, that's how long you have to speak. So I'm going to be up here for quite a while. I tell you, I used to coach baseball. And every now and then when I was coaching baseball, we'd be in the dugout. And I would tell our team in the dugout, get the broom ready because we're ready to sweep them. Ladies and gentlemen, today in the Republican Party of Iowa, get your brooms ready. We're ready for a clean sweep on November 2. We're thrilled to be with you today in the 3rd District. I want to introduce my lovely wife, Darla, of 27 years. She's back in the left-hand corner over there. If you'd welcome Darla for me. As I travel Iowa river to river and border to border, it's not just Republicans saying this state needs leadership. Democrats are saying this state needs leadership. Tea Party people are saying this state needs leadership. Town hall people, Iowans are saying, and I believe Iowa will get the leadership it needs when we elect a new governor on November 2, 2010. As we nominate that person to take over Chet Culver's position and be that next governor, I think we need to know, where does that governor authentically stand? So I want to be very clear with you here today in the 3rd District. I am for the sanctity of life from conception to natural death, 100%. I believe marriage is the foundation of society and should be limited to one man and one woman, and that's the way I'll lead. I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in the separation of powers. And when I, as governor, see a Supreme Court, an activist court, step outside of its bounds, do things that it's not supposed to do, I'll hold them in check. And that's why I said on day 1, not on day 2, not on day 3, not on some day I need to think about in the future, but on day 1, I'll issue an executive order that places a stay on same-sex marriages until the people of Iowa have a right to vote on that issue. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage all of you to watch Iowa Press tomorrow at 11:30 because they vetted me completely on, is this constitutional? And what I told them, I said, this is a freedom issue. Because if they'll do this with marriage, they'll do it with private property. They'll do it with freedom of speech and assembly, 10th Amendment and 2nd Amendment. That's why your next governor needs to hold a court in check, and that's what I plan on doing. But in addition, you need a governor who's fully committed to our freedom and fully understands our state sovereignty. And that's why when the federal government wants to go outside of its jurisdiction, overtake 1/6 of the economy that isn't theirs to take, they want to hire 16,000 IRS agents to be hostile to business and industry to see if we'll live up to their mandates. I will be the governor that will invoke the 10th Amendment, declare our state sovereignty, and hold the federal government in check as well. One other thing, it's good when you say, you know, Bob's for life and Bob's for marriage and Bob's for the Constitution, but here's something else you need to know. My lieutenant governor will believe the exact same way I do. You see, when you get the fundamentals right, then you really can open up Iowa for business. And opening up Iowa for business does not mean expanded gambling. If we're going to open up Iowa for business, we're going to have a competitive tax structure. We're going to have a friendly regulatory structure. And I'll be a governor who will market this state as a right-to-work state, not a union shop state. I believe we need a governor today who has CEO experience in the private sector, not the public sector. Because in the private sector, we produce more and more and more, but with less and less and less. Government is the only entity I know that produces less and less and less, but wants more and more and more. When I'm your next governor, I will put a focus on growing the private sector, not the public sector. And finally, as a former educator, what we've done to education in the state of Iowa is simply unconscionable. And if you want to reform education, we need to re-embrace that it is the parents' right. It is the parents' privilege. It is the parents' responsibility to raise, nurture, and educate the child, not the government's. And that is why I said that when I get elected to the office of governor, I will appoint a homeschool representative and a private school representative to the State Board of Education, so we know this is about parental rights, not government control. Ladies and gentlemen, this campaign has been endorsed by a lot of people. Governor Mike Huckabee, Chuck Norris, David Barton of Wall Builders, Michael Ferris of Parental Rights, the Iowa Family PAC, and the head of the NAACP in the state of Iowa. And the reason I bring that up is clear. We can win on June 8th, and we will win on November 2, but we're going to win by being who we are, not by being who we are not. Let's win this one together. Let's win on June 8th. Let's win on November 2. And let's lead by being a principled conservative with a compelling vision for the great state of Iowa. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.